Hi, and welcome to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 14. We're going to go back to the beginning here and read the ideas just quickly from the beginning here. Nothing I see in this room, says Lesson 1, means anything. I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. They are like the things in this room. I am never upset for the reason I think. I'm upset because I see something that is not there. I see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see nothing as it is now. My thoughts do not mean anything. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. And a meaningless world engenders fear. And today, we're going to look at the idea that God did not create a meaningless world. This is a powerful one. I really think I love this lesson. It says, the idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as He created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. I'm going to read that again. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. Now, that's kind of hard to take in. That's kind of hard to believe sometimes for some people, but this is, at the beginning of A Course in Miracles, there's a statement in the introduction that says, this is A Course in Miracles. It's a required course. Only the time you take it is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It means only that you can elect what you want to take at any given time. This course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. And here's what I want you to see. The Course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exist. Herein lies the peace of God. And that's what we're seeing here is this idea that nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. I mean, it may seem like it exists. It may seem really real to us. But the Course is telling us that the world you see, you and me, the world we see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. Wow. The exercises for today are to be practiced with eyes closed throughout. The mind-searching periods should be short, a minute at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods with today's idea unless you find them comfortable. If you do, it will be because you really understand what they are for. The idea for today is another step in learning to let go the thoughts that you have written on the world and see the world, the Word of God, in their place. The early steps in this exchange, which can truly be called salvation, can be quite difficult and even quite painful. Some of them will lead you directly into fear. You will not be left there. You will go far beyond it. Our direction is toward perfect safety and perfect peace. That's where we're headed. Perfect safety and perfect peace. That's what that's where the Course is taking us to. And so that's its promise. And if it doesn't deliver on its promise, then let it go. But you got to give it a chance first and see. And the way you give it a chance is to follow these instructions as best you can. So the instructions says the practice period should last a minute at the most, and it should be 3 of them today. And you can set your watch if you want to. That's a good idea. There's actually applications that you can download for your phone that has the text, the workbook, and a little timer that'll go off and remind you of what the thought for the day is. Pretty cool. With eyes closed, think of all the horrors in the world that cross your mind. So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to think of all the horrors that cross your mind. Name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. Say, for example, God did not create that war, and so it's not real. God did not create that airplane crash, so it is not real. God did not create that disaster, and specify whatever disaster that comes to your mind. And so it is not real. Suitable subjects for the application of today also include anything you're afraid might happen to you or to anyone about whom you are concerned. In each case, name the disaster quite specifically. Do not use general terms. For example, don't say, God did not create illness, but God did not create cancer or heart attacks or whatever may arouse fear in you. This is your personal repertory of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of your personal hell. It doesn't matter. What God did not create can only be in your own mind apart from His. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice period by repeating today's idea. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today can, of course, be applied to anything that disturbs you during the day, aside from the practice periods. Be very specific in applying it. it's normal to for your mind to resist some of the ideas in this book. But that's okay. And all the book says is that if you will follow these instructions as best you can to the letter, that it will bring you peace and safety. And we all want peace and safety and happiness, indescribable happiness. And so if it's possible to do that, then I said to myself, hey, I want to try it. I want to see what happens. And here I am years later, still reading the course and still benefiting from it. So anyway, aloha. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.